We have come to a new topic, decimal. We have just finished fraction. So decimal also means perpuluhan in bahasa. So how do you know that if the number is a decimal? You will know the number in decimal when you see a decimal point. Example, 1.234. So this is a decimal number because you can see that this is a decimal point. I have created a table here to make it easier for you. 1.234 is also 1.234. Do not forget that you have a decimal point here. What is the digit value of number 1? Number 1 is a whole number, so it is a 1. What is the place value of 1? The place value of 1 is ones with an S. Ones. What about 2? 2 is not a whole number. 2 is a decimal. 2 is 0.2. Okay, we continue with 3. 3 is, look at here, there is a decimal point here. 3 is actually 0.03. Okay, what about 4? 4 is actually 0.004. Okay, and next, what is the place value of 0.2? 0.2, the place value is tens with an S, THS. What about 0.03? 0.03 is 100 but with THS. What about 4? 0.04. 0.04 is thousands but with THS. I will show you another example. Let's try another number. 987,654.321. The decimal point is here. So 9 is 900,000. So how do we write in numbers? 900 and 1,000. What about the place value of 900,000? The place value of 900,000 is 100 thousands. With an S. Next, this is 80,000. So 80,000 is the digit value. And what about the place value of 8? The place value of 8 is 10 thousands with an S. Next, what is the digit value of 7? 7 is clearly 7,000. So 7,000, the place value is thousand with an S. Next, 6. 6 is 600. This is the digit value. What about the place value? The place value is hundreds. 5. 5 is 50. 50 is tens with an S. 4. 4 is just 4. What is the place value of 4? The place value of 4 is ones. Okay, and 3. 3 is not a whole number. 3, the digit value of 3 is actually 0.3. Same thing happened to 2. 2 is the second digit after the decimal point. So 2 is 0.02. And 1. 1 is the third number from the decimal point, which is 0.001. So the place value, the name of the place value of 3 is tenths with THS. They have the different spelling. Note that 5 is a tenth, 3 is tenths, okay, THS. 2 is 100 with THS. They are different. 6 is with an S, but 2 with THS. And 1, 0.001 is actually thousands, but with THS. Okay, why? Okay, 0.3, I want to show you, this is a decimal. I want to show you it if it is in fraction. 0.3 is 3 over 1. How do you know how many 0 are there? You move one decimal point. If you move one decimal point, it is 10. That is why we call this a over 10 is actually 10. Okay? And 2. 2 is 0.02. 0.02 is also 2 over 100. So over 100, we call it a hundredths with THS. And 1, 0.001. If I convert it to fraction, it will be 1 over 1,000. Okay, so over 1,000, we call it thousandths with a THS. Okay, so next. In this topic, we will be learning multiply and divide decimal. Look at the first situation. There are 2 bottles of milk and 8 glasses of similar size here. Okay, look at the situation. I pour 2 bottles of milk equally into 8 glasses of similar size. Calculate the volume of milk in each glass. What do we do here is, we have 2 bottles of milk, but I only have the volume of 1 bottle of milk. How to find the volume of 2 bottles of milk? So 2 times 1.5 liter. And how do we get the volume of 1 glass? We divide by 8 glasses. So your mathematical sentence will be 2 times 1.5 liter divided by 8 equals to. Look at question number 2. Azim's family jogs a distance of 17.5 km in a week. They jog the same distance each day. What is the distance jogged by Azim and his family in 9 days? This question is a bit tricky. Okay? First, underline the keyword. The keyword here is 17.5 kilometers in a week. They jog the same each day. and they want the distance of 9 days. So after you underline it, look at the unit. This is a week. This is day. This is also day. So everything you must convert it to day first. Okay. 1 week. How many days in 1 week? There are 7 days in a week. Okay, how do we find the distance of 9 days? Of course, 17.5 km divide by 7 days, so you get the distance of 1 day. After you get the distance of 1 day, then you multiply by 9 days. So here is the mathematical sentence. 17.5 km divide by 7 to get the distance of 1 day. After that, multiply by 9 to get the distance of 9 days. So let's look at here. Okay, I use a red pen now. So 17.5 divided by 7. Please remember you have a decimal point here, don't forget. 17 times what closest to 17? Oh, if your multiplication table is not good, please do your multiplication table. Even your teacher did multiplication table. 7 2, 14. 7 3, 21. Okay. So you have a 17 here. Choose the smaller one, 14. 7 2, 14. 7 2, 14. 7 minus 4, 3, 35. Oh, okay. So you have to continue your multiplication table. 7 5, 35. Okay, you can stop. Okay, they are the same. 7 times 5, 35. Okay, after that, this is the product of your division multiplied by 9. So 2.5 times 9. 9 5, 45. If your multiplication table is not good, please do a multiplication table here. Just like me, 9 1, 9, 2, 18, 3, 27, 4, 36, 5, 45. Okay, so 45, 9, 5, 45, 9, 2, 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. Don't forget that you have a decimal point here. You haven't finished yet. You have a decimal place, 1 decimal place. So same thing, you have to move 1 decimal place as well. So your answer will be 22.5 km. Okay, so 22.5 km. So the distance jogged by Azim and his family in 9 days is 22.5 km. So the answers are the same. Okay, so next question number 3. I save 80 cents a day in January. Great! Now you can buy 4 storybooks of equal price. Okay, look at this. Calculate the price of a storybook based on the situation. So this boy, he saved 80 cents a day in January. How many days in January? Okay, look at this picture. There are 31 days in January as shown in the calendar here. There are 31 days in January. So one day he saves 80 cents. So 31 days, how many did he save? So you multiply by 31. And the product of this divided by 4. Why? Because you want to calculate the price of a storybook. So calculate the price of a storybook is your keyword. So what do? So write your calculation here. Okay, 80 cents I convert it to RM. So RM is 0.80. So times 31 because there are 31 days. So 100, 188, 100, you don't have to write it. 30 is 0. Right underneath 8. Okay? 38, 24. So 24. 300 plus 2, 2. So your answer is 0, 8, 4, and 2. Don't forget the decimal point here. You have 2 decimal places, or we call it 2dp. So you must move your decimal point twice. 1, 2. So your answer will be 24 ringgit and 80 cents. Don't forget to write your unit RM. Next, you have the product of your multiplication. Next is to divide by 4. So 24 ringgit 80 cents divided by 4. Don't forget to write your RM. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 minus 4, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. So put down your 8. Don't forget your decimal point here. 4 times what closest to 8? 4 times 2 is 8. No remainder? Okay. Put down your 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So your final answer would be 6 ringgit and 20 cents. The price of a storybook is 6 ringgit and 20 cents. So done. Okay, next is question number 6. We are going to skip the other question. 16.9 hours times in bracket 5 divided by 10. When you see a bracket, please do the equation from the bracket first. In the textbook, it shows that 5 divided by 10, it's also 5 over 10. Then they do the simplification. After it is simplified, it becomes 1 over 2. And next thing that they do is 16.9 hours times 1 over 2 equals to 16.9 hours over 2. But we know that over 2 is also divided by 2. So 16.9 divided by 2. So your answer would be 8.45 hours. But if you are not used to this method, okay, teacher will show you another method. We are going to solve the equation in the bracket first. 5 divided by 10. How to write 5 divided by 10? 5 divided by 10. So 10 times what closest to 5? Nothing. So 0. 10 times 0 is 0. 5 minus 0, 5. Okay, this is my remainder. If I don't want a remainder, I have to, okay, I choose a different color, okay, a different color of pen. So you put a decimal point. After you put a decimal point, you put a 0. So 10 times what closest to 50? 10 times 5 is 50. So 50 minus 50 is 0. So your answer is 0.5. And we know that 1 over 2 is equivalent to 0.5. Next. Okay, 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. Okay, so the product of this multiply by 16.9 hours. 16.9 hours times 0.5. 5, 9, 45. 5, 6, 30 plus 4, 34. 5, 1, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. Okay, next. Calculate the decimal places. How many decimal places here? So you look at it. This is one decimal place and the second decimal place. Altogether, you have two decimal places. If you have two decimal places, you have to move twice. So your answer is 8.45 hours. Are they the same? Yes. They give you the same answer. This is the last example that I'm going to show from the textbook. 2.835 divided by 1.5 times 2.6 equals to. So step 1, do the division first. And next, look at the divisor, 1.5. It is very hard to build a multiplication table of 1.5. So what do? Multiply by 10 for divisor and the dividend. So you move 1 point to the right so that you can do your multiplication table easily. And next, divide like what you usually did. And next, after you get the product, you multiply by 2.6.